Hi everyone, can you hear me well? I hope so because I lost my headset somewhere. Hello everyone on Easter Monday. I'm kind of home alone in the office, so I can show you around a bit. Here is a car in the background. Yeah, it's a pretty cool co-working space. But anyway, today I wanted to talk to you about something that we've been working on for quite a while, which is actually a guide to saving on startup marketing. So we prepared a pretty long guide on how to save on different areas of startup marketing, and this is exactly what I wanted to discuss with you today. You'll find a link to this blog post, to this guide here in the live description. So let's just dive right in and discuss what you can find in the post. So we have done a proper study and analysis on how you can save on different areas of marketing, such as marketing tools, social media marketing, graphic design, social media ads, salespeople, search engine marketing, content marketing, and backlinks. So according to our studies on these 8 areas, you can save up to $5,227 per month. So that's a lot of money. But we understand that a lot of early stage startups don't even have that kind of budget, that kind of marketing budget. According to our survey, most startups, actually 69% of early stage startups, don't have marketing budget at all, right? So it's very, very important for you to make the best use of your resources, because you're probably doing marketing yourself in your business, and it's very, very time consuming and can be very expensive if you're using, for instance, the wrong tools, right? So the first way how you can save on marketing in the startup, and we calculated you can save up to $493 is just on tools. So by choosing cheaper tools rather than the market leaders, rather than what you find on the first page in Google, you can look for alternative tools. There's even a website, alternative .to. It's alternative.to. And you can find alternative, cheap or free open source tools that can easily replace the market leaders. So for instance, for keyword research, you can use Ubersuggest, which is free, instead of Ahrefs or KW Finder or SEMrush. For competitor research, you can also use Ubersuggest instead of BuzzSumo. For instance, for social media scheduling, you can use Postfity instead of Buffer. For graphic design, for instance, instead of using Photoshop online, you can use Canva. And for email marketing, you can use Mautic instead of MailChimp. And these alternative tools alone will save you almost $500 per month, because it may seem that each tool costs like a few dollars here and there, but it all adds up when you need about 10 tools for different areas of your marketing efforts. So another area where you can save quite a lot of money is social media marketing. So instead of outsourcing social media to a virtual assistant, you can do it yourself using social media schedulers. And there's also where Postfity comes in, because an average social media scheduler or manager or a virtual assistant in the US will set you back almost $1,200 per month. It's a bit cheaper in developing countries. So for instance, in Ukraine, it will be only $500 or $600 per month. And in India, it will be even cheaper. So it will be around even down to $250 per month, which is pretty cheap considering how much work it can be. But instead of hiring someone, you can just automate the process and batch your social media posting, batch your organic social media marketing all in one day using Postfity. So what else can you do to save on marketing in a startup? You can, for instance, save on graphic design, and instead of outsourcing, you can DIY all the graphics that you need for your blog posts, for your social media posts. So we did a small study on freelancer.com. We asked how much, we posted a project basically that included 60 social media graphics. That's around 2 graphics per day, which is a reasonable number of posts. And we got a quote of about $128, right? So that's quite a lot of money if you consider you can get the same value in Canva for $0. So if you do all your posting in all your graphic design for your social media posting in Canva, you can do it just as well as a graphic designer, almost as well as a graphic designer, but you know, these small details really don't matter as much as you think they do at the beginning of your startup journey. And you can save a ton of money if you combine graphic design in Canva with social media posting using a social media scheduler such as Postfity, right? So I included instructions, including a video how to batch your graphic design in Canva. You can basically create templates and then you just copy these templates and change a small element such as, for instance, the text, and that will speed up your graphic design process so much that you won't believe how easy it can be and how cheap it can be. Okay, so another area which is important is how to save on social media ads. So you know probably that if you don't have a big audience at the start, you won't get any results from organic social media efforts. So if you post on your own platforms and you only have about 100 followers on each, very few people will actually see your posts. So you'll get only like 2, 3, 5 reactions, and that's not enough to convert any of these leads into customers. So what you can do is obviously you can buy paid ads, but this can be pretty expensive and it may not be that effective if you are not a Facebook ad expert. Then you will pay this stupidity tax. You would need to hire an ad specialist to set up the campaigns for you, but that can be very expensive as well. So what can you do instead is to borrow someone else's audience, right? So you can go to for instance, a profile that has a lot of followers, to a group that has a lot of members, and ask the admins if they would be willing to allow you to do a guest post and offer them something in exchange. So you can offer them your product or service, or you can offer to do something for them, like help them with something. You can basically give them a barter offer. So in exchange for giving you access to their audience, lending you their audience, you can do something for them and you can basically trade your time for access to a much larger audience. Of course, you need to consider whether this audience is your target audience as well, and you can't really obviously contact your competitors. So you will need to contact people, basically companies, products or services that are offering complementary products or services, right? So there is no conflict of interest, there is no clash there. Okay, so that was how you can avoid paying stupidity tax for Facebook ads or social media ads. Another thing you can do is use the 5 free posts on InTheHash deal. I wrote more about InTheHash deal in this post linked below. InTheHash is a platform connecting influencers in different areas of industry with businesses who want to advertise to the audience of these influencers. So you can actually automate the process because there are already platforms that are leveraging the power of influencer and micro influencer marketing for that. And you basically give them discounts or exchange your goods or services for their guest post. And you pay a small commission to InTheHash, but you get the first 5 posts for free, so you can see that it actually works. So I would probably recommend you just use the free posts for the beginning if you want to save money in your startup. Okay, and that will probably give you around $500 in savings, because that's the kind of reasonable budget you need to have to start social media marketing at all. Okay, another area where you can save quite a lot of money is sales. So if you're hiring salespeople, you would need to pay them at least around $2,000 per month, That's like a minimum salary for an entry-level salesperson in the US, right? But if you, on the other hand, hire your own customers as salespeople, then you don't have to pay them at all. And how do you do that? You need to use some growth hacking tricks. Growth hacking is leveraging some basically useful strategies and really measuring the KPIs and KSIs to make sure what's working and investing effort only in things that are working and that are cheap and that are scalable, right? So basically, some companies that are really, really big now, such as Dropbox, PayPal, used growth hacking tricks at the beginning from the start to attract more users and to convert these users into customers. So I gave you two examples here in the post, Dropbox and PayPal. You may have heard about PayPal, that it used to pay its customers for recommending another customer. So each user who recommended another user got $5 into their PayPal account, right? That was obviously pretty expensive, but then Dropbox came up with something similar, taking a leaf out of PayPal's book, but something that was at the same time a lot cheaper. So what Dropbox did was to basically offer people free space on their platform for recommending other users, sharing Dropbox on social media, etc., etc. So a lot of people did that. I did that as well, because when I was a student, I really needed cloud space and I really didn't have the money to pay for it. So a lot of people started using Dropbox that way, and at some point, just like in my case, upgraded to the paid plan, right? So it really, really works. Check out the examples in the post here, and we are now moving on to how you can save on search engine marketing. And that's very interesting from my perspective, because I'm really into content marketing, and search engine marketing is obviously very, very effective, but few people actually get it right. So people are usually targeting keywords that have a high search volume. So keywords that are popular, keywords that a lot of people are looking for related to product or industry. Sorry, that's a completely wrong strategy actually, because there's usually so much competition for these keywords that your chances for ranking on page one for these keywords are very, very low. And if you don't rank on the first page in Google, actually if you don't rank on the first few positions in Google, your chances of getting your product or service out there in front of people and attracting search traffic to your websites are very, very low. So it just doesn't make sense to try to optimize your text for these very popular, high competition keywords, especially if you're a young new website with a low domain authority. So what you should do when doing your keyword research is find keywords that have very, very low keyword difficulty. And then even if people are not seemingly searching for these keywords, because these tools are not that sensitive, right? And the tool is not showing you any traffic in the search volume field, you still go for these keywords if they're really related to your industry, product, or service, or they kind of obviously seem to make sense, right? So don't come up with very, very long keywords. But if something that makes sense, such as, for instance, I gave examples of digital marketing for startups here, or scheduled Facebook covers, or even a niche keyword like repermissioning templates has a low keyword difficulty. Here I included keyword difficulties of 21, 22, 28, right, the green ones. Then you have a very high chance of ranking on the first few positions in Google, and that will drive relatively tons of free traffic to your website. So I included case studies from our domain, from Postfity.com, and one of my clients' domain, getanewsletter.com. We created texts very well optimized for these niche keywords, and basically they ranked. They ranked on the first position in Google, and even a year after publication, are driving hundreds of new visitors to the website per month. So if you want to check out these case studies, go to this blog post. I included some screenshots from Google Analytics here, and you will hopefully easily understand why low difficulty keywords is the way to go when it comes to cheap and effective search engine marketing. Okay, but moving on to content marketing, what is also very important is that less is more. And actually creating a lot of content that is poor quality can really backfire against you, because people will go to this content from search engines. If you optimize it very well, will see that the content is not very valuable and will bounce back to the browser. And at the end of the day, Google will mark that your content is probably not very high quality and will bump you down SERPs, so search engine results page, and basically you'll achieve the opposite results of what you want. And when you think about it as well, low quality content never does you a lot of good, because it just kind of gives you bad reputation, right? If you're trying to position yourself as an expert, you really need to come across as an expert through your content as well. So if you publish 2 really great, well-researched, detailed posts, say per month, or even 1 per month, and then invest a lot of time in content promotion, then you're going to get much better results from your content marketing than when you're producing a lot of content that is poor quality and you don't follow it up with the right promotion strategy. So we included a promotion checklist here in the blog post. Check it out. It's really good. It's really detailed, and it's a checklist, so it's very, very actionable. Another thing that I wanted to mention is how to save on backlinks. You may have heard that backlinks are a very effective marketing strategy, because it helps to build your domain authority, and it helps you to basically optimize your website and position yourself higher in Google. But buying backlinks can be very, very expensive. So what you can do, instead of buying them at popular websites, popular niche industry websites, you can start writing outreach emails to land guest posts, also with complementary companies in your industry. Right, so we included some templates here, how to write effective outreach emails, and we also included 2 databases of high domain authority blogs that are accepting guest posts. So you can check them out. They are arranged by industry. It's a very, very, very useful resource, and you can basically save up to $5,000 on backlinks that way. Okay, so to wrap it all up, you can save up to $5,227 on all these different strategies. Go check out this post. And my last word would be, when you have an online startup, or even when you have a traditional business and you want to save on marketing, is focus on your already existing relationships and converting your users into customers, or selling additional services or products to your existing customers, rather than constantly chasing new customers, because it's much, much easier to sell to someone who has already bought something from you than to try to convince people who don't know you at all that they should buy something from you. Okay, that's all for today. It's been a slightly longer live, but I hope you got some value from it, and go check out this post. It has a lot of valuable resources in it, and hopefully I will talk to you soon. Bye bye.